Now we'll move on to item 10, the Mayor's monthly report, and my attachments for both months. Could I just draw your attention to the recommendations at the front, which I'm happy to move. The first is to receive the information in the reports, but the second is to delegate to the Finance and Performance Committee to approve memoranda of agreements for the Greater Christchurch Partnership Committee and the Greater Christchurch Urban Growth Partnership Committee. This isn't making the decision on either of those matters. Those issues haven't been referred back to the individual councils, but they will be referred back within September in the council meeting. There won't be a council meeting prior to the time that we would really like to consider it. So we want to delegate that to the Finance and Performance Committee. It's a committee of the whole. I've talked to the chair, and it seems to me to be a reasonable thing to refer onto. A number of councillors have talked about the significance of the Greater Christchurch Urban Growth Partnership approach, as in urban growth partnerships have been developed for the other main centres, Auckland and Wellington, and Hamilton's on a pathway there as well. So this is an important step for us, but I don't want to have a debate about it now because that will be dealt with at the Committee of the Whole. My two monthly reports, July report, I'll just call out the incredible Christchurch invitation and the amazingly powerful presentation that occurred at the James Hay Theatre. It was just, the young people who spoke about the future really did, I think, strike a chord with everyone who was there. So, and those their presentations are now available online. So actually, I will circulate to you all of the links to them, because they are well worth not only listening to yourself, but that they're well worth sharing. They're incredibly moving. And of course the local government conference was a feature of that month. I mean, this was a busy month with various things going on. The celebration of the new ethnic communities ministry was celebrated in Christchurch, as well as Auckland and Wellington. And then this month's report, I've sort of said that we weren't expecting to end the month in a lockdown situation. So we've I actually was online and I was looking for something else, and I came across Professor David Skegg's public health group, which has been advising central government on a lot of their decisions. And I actually found that article which explains, and I put elimination in quote marks, because it's not an elimination as in there will be no COVID in the country, but it's an elimination strategy which jumps on it in the way that they have. So it's definitely well worth a read. And I hope everyone's either got or is on their way to getting by booking their COVID vaccines as well. Pause called for Three Waters reform. I've just sort of explained where we are up in the process of Three Waters reforms, which is, I've ended with that phrase, change is coming, ready or not, I'd rather be ready. We do need to understand what the new environment will mean for us. And so I've just set out, the fact that we're going to have a strong water regulator. We've got a proposed economic regulator, possibly the Commerce Commission that they've identified around regulation of pricing and transparency, efficiencies, all of those things. They will apply regardless of the model that is agreed on for delivery. So I thought it was important for people to understand that. And I will call out the fact that on the night that the lockdown was called, both Andrew Turner and I were at a welcome reception for a wonderful reunion of Antarcticans who'd travelled from throughout New Zealand to come to Christchurch for a few days to talk about what they were doing in the ice all those years ago, and then a lot of the stuff that's going on, sharing those stories. I'm really, really hoping that they can come back at the end of November and sort of reconnect and finish what they started. It really, really did look like it was amazing. So I'm happy to move that, and if I could have a seconder. Is that Mike seconding? Yes, good. Right, Mike Davidson has seconded. So if there are no questions, Pauline?
No questions. I just wondered if I could make some comment, please.
Yep, you can make some comments.
Thanks, Leanne, and thanks for the report. It's always interesting reading what you get up to. And thanks for your comments about the conference. Look, as a member of council who attended that conference, I just want to actually give a heads up the fact that there was a dominant focus on the three waters from my perspective. And I noted the majority of the councils indicated huge concern and even opposition to the reforms, especially like Whangarei, who were openly opting out at that stage, and concerns related to lack of options from the government, plus a doubt being cast on councils to achieve and fund the new three waters standards, as opposed to a magic entity that will solve all the problems overnight. But a strong concern from the conference that I picked up is that despite what the Minister says, there is strong agreement that this is being done to us. And in order to enable this mad idea of a massive centralisation of three waters delivery, they will simply tear up and disappear Section 130 of the Local Government Act, which was put there specifically to protect three waters from being removed from local government control and their asset base. So I sensed that there was a strong pushback from many other councils on this principle around the Local Government Act. If a government can do this to the Local Government Act, then there will be no protection from privatisation in the future. And another outstanding element of agreement at the conference was why the rush, slow down. But I would like to go a step further and say that we should tell the government to just stop. This is madness. So I would really like support in that from our council going forward if we can. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other comments? Yanni?
Oh, thank you. Were you moving a resolution, Pauline? Did you want a seconder?
No, it's too late. The motion's been moved and seconded. We're debating that.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to acknowledge the Mayor's comments around the young people that spoke at the Town Hall at the James Hay Theatre, and how absolutely extraordinary and inspirational and actually confronting it was to hear directly from those experiences that those young people had been through. And I just thought it was worth reflecting that was so poignant and so powerful, that having young people involved in what we're doing as a city is just so essential. So I really would just encourage people to listen to those speeches. They were absolutely incredible and very moving. And I just wanted to acknowledge those young people and the organisers of that forum for putting it on. It was very, very moving and as I said, very powerful. So just wanted to acknowledge that. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, right. Well, I'll just put the motion then. All those in favour? Any opposed? There appears to be none. So thank you very much. The next